In this video, we are going to solve the equation x equals square root of x minus 1 over x plus the square root of 1 minus 1 over x. Before we move on, don't forget to give a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications. To solve this equation, I'm going to move one of the surds to the other side. So we'll have x minus the square root of 1 minus 1 over x equals the square root of x minus 1 over x. Then I'm going to square both sides. For the right, we will have x minus 1 over x only, removing the radical sign. While for the left, we have x squared minus 2x times 1 minus 1 over x added by the square of that surd, which is just 1 minus 1 over x. The reason that I move one of the surds to the other side rather than just squaring both sides from the first step is that the resulting expression will always have a simpler surd rather than just squaring at the first step. As you can see, if I moved the square root of 1 minus 1 over x to the left, after squaring, the things inside the radical sign will be just 1 minus 1 over x. But if I square both sides at the first step, then the expression inside the surd will be x minus 1 over x multiplied by 1 minus 1 over x. If you expand, you will get x minus 1 over x plus 1 over x squared, which is clearly way more complicated. So to proceed, we have x squared minus 1 over x plus 1 minus 2x square root of 1 minus 1 over x equals x minus 1 over x. It's just rearranging the terms. And now we can see that we can actually cross out minus 1 over x on both sides. Then we can move the x at the right to the left and the term that contains the radical sign to the right. So we have x squared minus x plus 1 equals 2x times 1 minus 1 over x. The next step is a bit tricky. For the expression at the right, I can actually rewrite that as 2 times the square root of x squared times 1 minus 1 over x, putting the x outside the surd inside the square root sign, and keeping the left side the same expression. Now for the right, we have x squared minus x, and for the left, we have x squared minus x plus 1. Now you can see that the expression inside the radical sign, x squared minus x, appears the second time at the left. So we can actually form an equation about x squared minus x. If we let u equals x squared minus x, then u plus 1 equals 2 times square root of u. So it's actually just a quadratic equation. Factorizing, we have square root u minus 1 all squared equals 0. So square root u minus 1 equals 0. Solving, we have u equals 1. Then we can continue with x squared minus x equals 1, which is another quadratic. And solving with the quadratic formula, we have either 1 plus root 5 over 2 or 1 minus root 5 over 2. Now we have 2 solutions left, and we have to check whether both solutions are valid. In fact, for our equation, we need to make sure that the expression inside the radical sign under different solutions remain positive. Or of course it can be 0, but they can only be 0 when x equals 1, so we can just ignore it. But apart from being equal to 1, it also has to be larger than 1. So it's either larger than 1 or equal to 1. And we can see that 1 minus root 5 over 2 will not satisfy this. So we have to reject that solution, and we conclude that therefore the only solution to this equation is 1 plus root 5 over 2. So this is the final answer. Please feel free to share your ideas in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you next time.